Good morning, students. Today we are going to take up a lesson that is noun cases. There are two sentences given before you. John threw a stone, the horse kicked the boy. In sentence 1, John is the subject because it answers the question, who threw the stone? In the second question, the horse is the subject because it answered the question, who kicked the boy? And threw the stone is predicate. The predicate contains a verb in the second form of throw, that is threw. What did John throw if you ask this sentence? Ki John kaun daku pakela? The answer will come stone. Stone is the object that John threw. The noun stone is therefore called as an object. Similarly, in the second sentence, if you ask the question, who kicked the boy? The answer would be horse. But then if I ask the question, whom did the horse kick? Ghoda kahaku gointha marila? The answer would be the boy. Remember, when a noun or a pronoun is used as a subject of a verb, it is called the nominative case. When the noun or pronoun is used as the object of the verb, it is called as the objective or accusative case. Jadi आपण गोटे noun को गोटे sentence रो subject हिसाब रे use करूचंती ताको आपण nominative case कहिबे जदि आपण कोनोसी noun किंबा pronoun को sentence रो object हिसाब रे व्यवहार करूचंती ताको आपण objective और accusative case मध्य कहिबे. So nominative case को subjective case आउ accusative case को objective case मध्य कहा जाए. I just told you this thing to understand the fundamental difference between these two, nominative and objective case of the noun. Okay, subjective and objective case of the noun. Don't get confused if you hear the word accusative. Don't get confused if you get the word nominative. They mean the same thing. To find the nominative case, put the question who or what before the verb. Who did it? What did? Then you get it. To find accusative, ask the question like whom or to what, on what. Kaha upare, kaunta upare, kaun ku, kaha ku. These are indicatives of accusative or objective case. A noun which comes before a preposition, comes after a preposition, is definitely accusative. Jamiti, the book is on the desk. Here, the desk is a noun. And before that, there is a preposition on. So on, the word itself, makes it accusative or objective. A noun which comes after a preposition is definitely accusative. Karana ame ethi kohuche desk upare bohiti achi. The noun desk is accusative, governed by a preposition on the desk or if it is in the desk. Now some more sentences. Hari broke the window. So here the window is the object. The window was broken. Here the window is not an object. It is a subject. Because if you ask the question, what was broken? The answer would be the window was broken. Clear? It will be seen that nouns in English have same form for nominative and accusative. Okay, noun गुड़ाकर एका form था. Nominative case रे जहाँ accusative case रे था. Nominative generally comes before the verb. Accusative generally comes after the verb. कारण accusative टा होची objective case सेथिपाई सेंटेंस टा को भली भाबरे लेखा जायछि in a prose सेथरो आपण जानि परिबे whether it is nominative or accusative poetic sentence गुडा करे किंतु ठीक उल्टा थाए poetic sentences रे हमें देखिबाकू पाऊ that to create a style they take the accusative case noun to the beginning of the sentence कौन उपरे तुम्हें विश्वास करो on what do you believe एटा गोटे प्रश्न so this is correct but on him I trusted with my heart and soul ता उपरे विश्वास करुथिली मु निजर मन प्राण दे actually full sentences I trusted him or I trusted on him with my heart and soul so एठी हमें on him टाकू आगु को नहीं जाउछे तेणु एटा गोटे accusative case किंतु sentence रो beginning रे अछि किछिटा sentences पढंतु Hari broke the window was broken here Hari broke the window re window is the object while the window was broken the window is the subject it will be seen that nouns in English have same form for nominative and accusative now let us proceed Rama gave a ball Rama gave Hari a ball Rama gote ball te dela in this sentence Rama is the subject gave is the verb a ball is the object Rama gave Hari a ball ethi Rama hochi subject gave hochi kahaku answer asibo Hari ku kona answer asibo ball so Rama gave Hari a ball so there are two objects here remember out of two objects the one which is non-living that is direct object the one which is living that is indirect object so in this case Hari is a living individual so Hari is the indirect object ball is non-living thing so it is direct object here you see the sentence's verb tries to control two objects at a time. It will be noticed that the position of the indirect object is immediately after the verb. So when you arrange in a sentence, this type of use is called as ditransitive use. Ditransitive use, dvikarmaka kriya, where one verb tries to affect two objects at a time. That's called ditransitive use. So first one is called Hari as such, is an indirect object, and then the word ball is a direct object. Ram gave Hari a ball. I can also speak it like Rama gave a ball to Hari. Will you do me a favor? I can also speak it like, will you do a favor to me? I bought Rama a ball. I can also speak it. I bought a ball for Rama. Fetch the boy a book. I can also speak. Fetch a book for the boy. Both of them are correct sentences. They have same meaning. But the first one, Rama gave Hari a ball, is ditransitive verb. She made Rath a new dress. She made a new dress for Rath. Get me a taxi. Get a taxi for me. So these are the different forms of the verbs. Okay. So this is the way we use this. Now examine some more sentences. This is Rama's umbrella. Rama's umbrella means this umbrella belongs to Rama. Now you see here that the noun Rama is changed and we put an apostrophe mark with S. When we put apostrophe and S, we talk about ownership or possession. We talk about ownership or possession. So such type of noun, Rama with apostrophe S, is called as positive, possessive or genitive case. Till now, we had learnt about nominative or subjective case. Then we got to know about objective or accusative case. Now you come about possessive or genitive case. Possessive or genitive case means when the noun has something under its control. So it answers the question, whose? Kahara. Whose umbrella? Rama's umbrella. Whose play? Shakespeare's play. Whose love? Mother's love. Whose speech? The president's speech. Whose house? Mr. Agarwal's house. Whose school? Ashok's school. Whose playground? The children's playground. Okay, so it tries to answer the question and it denotes authorship. Authorship means who has written, who has created something. It answered the question's origin, means from where it started. Kind means type, etc. Now, formation of possessive case. How do you make a genitive case of a noun? The common rule is that you need to add apostrophe and S. The boy's book, the king's crown. So when the singular noun is used and we have to make a genitive case out of it, we shall simply write the noun, put apostrophe and S after it. Well, the letter S is omitted in a few words because it makes a hissing sound. For example, conscience. Here the word ends with conscience, C-O-N-S-C-I-E-N-C-E, viveka. Conscience means viveka. The ability of human to differentiate between right and wrong is called conscience. So in case of conscience, it ends with S sound. Although the letters are CE, but the sound is S. For goodness sake, against sake. For justice sake. For justice sake means for nyaya. Bhagwan ka pai, for God's sake. But in case of God, there is da sound. तुमको बुझेगा को चेष्टा करछे. Conscience sake, विवेक pai thare, for goodness sake, दुनिया रे जहा भलपना अछि ता pai, for Jesus sake, Jesus ka pai, for Moses laws. Like this, you can use after the S sound put an apostrophe. Now imagine jodi ethi तुमे conscience परे आउ गोटे apostrophe देबो. it would sound like the conscience's sake, which really sounds very bad. That's why we don't use. Remember, when there is a single word like a boy, apostrophe diajibo, the boy apostrophe a school. But when it is a plural one, bahuvachana thibo, the boys' school, the girls' school, the boys' school, the girls' school, ଯେତେବେଳେ ତୁମେ plural or ବହୁବଚନ ବିଷୟରେ କହୁଥିବ, ସେଠି s ପରେ, after you put the word s, boys ପରେ କେବଳ apostrophe ଦେବେ, ଆଉ apostrophe ପରେ s ଆଣିବେନି. Do not make it like boys' school, girls' school. That is wrong. If the noun in the plural form has a different structure, like man becomes men, the possessive case should be formed by adding apostrophe s, men's club, children's books. Okay, here there is no problem. If the noun is a title that consists of several words, for example, the King of Bhutan, then put the apostrophe and s after the last word. The King of Bhutan apostrophe s visit. Don't say like the King apostrophe s of Bhutan. The Prime Minister of Mauritius apostrophe s speech. When two nouns are in apposition, the possessive sign is to put the latter only. That is, Tagore, the poet's house. Tagore, the poet's house. Poets matlab Kavinkara. So you see, this is called noun in apposition. Tagore, the poet. Ravindranath Tagore, J.K. Jane Kavi. So the poet is connected with Tagore because we are specifically talking about R.N. Tagore here. So the noun which comes after the apposition, apostrophe s, that is the correct one. Also, when two nouns are closely connected, the possessive is put to the latter. जैसे Kareem and Salim apostrophe s bakery. Here, maybe Kareem and Salim are two brothers. Both of them jointly own a property or a business of making bakery products. So here, Kareem and Salim both go and apostrophe s is put. William and Mary apostrophe s Serene. William is the king, Mary is the queen. Both of them rule together. So since they rule together, you say William and Mary, then apostrophe s Serene. Okay. Each of two or more connected nouns that talk about separate possession must take separate possessive sign. जैसे Raja Rao's novels and R.K. Narayan's novels. Here Raja Rao and R.K. Narayan are two different people. So don't make them together and put one apostrophe. Rather, it would be more appropriate to have Raja Rao apostrophe s, R.K. Narayan apostrophe s. Goldsmith apostrophe s, and Cowper apostrophe S poems. There are two people. Use of possessive case. Possessive case of the noun is used primarily with the names of living things. Okay, you remember this. The governor's bodyguard, the lion's mane, because governor is living, lion is living. But don't say the table's leg, because table is non-living. You should say the leg of the table. Don't say the book's cover. You should say the cover of the book. Don't say the house's roof. Rather speak the roof of the house. But the possessive is used in the name of personified objects. Sometimes a non-living thing can be made as a person. For example, India. India is the name of a country, but many times people think that India is a motherland, she is a lady. So she begets or bears heroes. So India's heroes, nature's laws. So here nature is considered to be mother. Okay, then nature's law, fortune's favorite, bhagya, or a favorite. Here, now fortune is bhagya, is actually non-living thing, but it is abstract. But we are putting apostrophe s because we think that the fortune is like a lady, luck lady who picks up. Se bache ki kahara bhagya bhalo hobo. At duty's call, at death's door. Duty ର call ରେ ମାନେ ଯେତେବେଳେ କର୍ମ ଡାକିବ at death's door, ମୃତ୍ୟୁର ଦ୍ୱାର ଦେଶରେ. So here the nouns are personified, objects are personified. The possessive is also used with nouns denoting time, space, and weight. For example, a day's march, gote dinara chaliba, a week's holiday, a year's time, a stone's throw. Mane ete kom bata ji tekate fopadale pahunchi jibo. A foot's length, gote padara length. A pound's weight, gote pound ra ojana. The following phrases are also in common use. At his fingers' ends, for mercy's sake, to his heart's content, at his wit's end, a boat's crew, etc. So these are possessive cases. The possessive of a proper name of a noun denoting trade, profession, or relationship may be used to denote a building or place of a business. Jesse, she has gone to the baker's. Baker apostrophe s means she has gone to the baker shop. Tonight I'm dining at my uncle's. Uncle apostrophe s, which means tonight I'm going to take a dinner at my uncle's house. Can you tell me the way to the St. Paul's? Which means St. Paul's Church. I attended the town high school, but my cousins attend St. Xavier's. When I say St. Xavier apostrophe S, I refer to the school run by St. Xavier Foundation. He was educated at St. Joseph, means St. Joseph's High School. When you are in doubt whether to use the noun in the possessive case or not, remember, with the preposition of, the general rule is that the possessive case used to denote a person or ownership. Thus, it is better to say the defeat of the enemy than the enemy's defeat, even though meaning is not different. Because when I say enemy एठी enemy र पराजय तामाने कि पराजयटा तार निजर विषय वस्तु नुहे, it is not owned by that person. एठी तुमे कहूच कि शत्रुटा हारिला, the enemy lost, so that is the better use. Clear? Well, the Prime Minister's reception in Delhi means the reception held by Prime Minister in Delhi. So the reception of the Prime Minister of Delhi means a manner. It is not कि Prime Minister से reception टाकू own करके रखिछन्ति. The love of a father is a correct phrase than the father's love, because एटी father's love कहले बुझा जायनी बापांको अधिकार रे थिबा भल पाइबा. एटी बुझा जीवो कोन बापा जहा भल पांती. So this is how you use the nouns in the different cases. In the next session, we shall learn about nouns in apposition. Thank you. Thank you very much.